Okay guys, so we're going to start with an incline dumbbell press today. Some important things to think about when you're doing this exercise is making sure that you drop your elbows and line up the part of the chest that you're wanting to work. A lot of people will press in what we call opposing arcs in this situation. They get very high on the angle and they have very limited range of motion, as well as compressing ligaments and tendons of the shoulder. We want to make sure that we line the pec up, the clavicular fibers, the pec major, and push through that plane. We'll also be looking at your elbow, making sure you're balanced at the elbow, not falling inside the elbow and working more extensors of the elbow. Balanced here, making sure you're pushing almost from the elbow, the pit of the elbow, back up to the midline. Okay, so this is the way we want to pick up the weights, one at a time, in the deadlift position, onto the leg, and back to the seated position. From there, we're going to push the weights up to the top of the movement. And then we're going to get into that V shape. We're going to come up with just less than 12.5 to start the lowering phase, the eccentric phase of this exercise. And we're thinking a tug of war. I'm just going to lose the tug of war, keeping the V shape, keeping balance at my elbow joint, making sure that I'm ready to push up through the pecs, just winning the tug of war, coming out with just more than 12.5 to get back to the top. I want to make sure I'm controlling the stop starts. So just losing the tug of war. Right here it's going to be a draw, and then I'm just going to start to win. Creating mechanical tension or the muscles involved. When I finish, I'm going to turn those weights in, bring them down to the legs, sit up, place them down one at a time. Now I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like when you come out of the V and we end up in the opposing arc situation, but at the end of your shoulder range. You see a lot of people in the gym be on this angle, and when they come down, they start coming up as well. Now, I can't go any deeper, and my shoulder's completely compressed here. And if I let my hand slip inside the elbow joint, now I'm having to push up and out, and that's pretty awful. Another thing we see is almost like a swing. And the weight's going all over the place, coming out of the plane of motion. Okay, so that's why we want to stay in the V, stay in the plane, line up the pecs properly, and let them do the work. All right, so here's a great place to start for beginners. You can see we've got the V shape. We're going to come up with just less than this weight, which is 12.5 kilos. So I'm coming up with just less, which will start the descent to the floor. Staying balanced at the elbow, still in my V, and then I can squeeze back up from my chest, back to the top.